Hi, my name is Randy Simon, and I think shaving sucks. I think that shaving is inconvenient. I think that it's worst, it's a corporate scam and a total ripoff. And I think somewhere in the middle it makes us bleed. And when I say us, it's not just about the men. Ladies, this is as much about you as it is about us. You represent 98% of the global shaving surface out there. And you're as much a part of this scam as we are. You've been wrapped up in marketing, just like us. So before we get into it, let's provide a little historical context. This is the first hair removal system. This is what we started with. This, unfortunately, is where we're progressing. And somewhere all this is the history. And there have been some great shaving champions in the history of the world, like Alexander the Great. Alexander the Great was so obsessed with hair removal that he never went into battle without a shave beforehand. He made it divine, and the people followed. There's a reason why your ancient statues of Greeks and Romans don't have any hair on them. However, his method of hair removal was primitive until the 18th century when the straight razor was developed out of brawn and steel and strength of man. The problem with the straight razor, though, is it was moderately dangerous and difficult to handle unless you were a trained professional, and that's when barbershops really started to increase their business because you almost needed this training to shave somebody, otherwise the consequences could be mortal. And by that I mean people have actually died shaving. Take for instance Lord Carnarvon, he's on the right. He financed the excavation of King Tut's tomb. He peered into the tomb, was bit by a mosquito, cut it off shaving, died of sepsis, hence the mummy's curse. That is a true story. There is another one. How about Henry David Thoreau? Henry David had a brother, John. John cut his finger while actually sharpening his razor and got lockjaw. Died in Henry David's arms. Henry David, so distraught, spent time at Walden Pond and actually wrote Life in the Woods. Not so historical, but perhaps more hysterical is Megan Barnes, a Florida woman who 3 years ago was driving her car, shaving her pubic area, rather her public area, and she crashed into the back of the pickup and was arrested. There are some real heroes, though. This is King Cam Gillette, real name, real guy, developed the safety razor, a salesman from Wisconsin. He valued the idea of selling something disposable that you could sell in perpetuity. He also didn't like using a straight razor on the train. So with the help of William Nickerson, an MIT metallurgist, Nickerson, the nick of a blade, he developed a double-edged safety razor. You could shave in comfort from your home in a short amount of time, and it was a hit. Straight from the get-go, this thing was on. And he helped himself by selling his product to the Army in World War I. He shipped over 3.5 million razors, 33 million blades. All of those came back to the United States. Now, Gillette was a master of marketing. He marketed to children. That's the eBay, that's the E-Trade baby. He also marketed to women. He made the underarm smooth and made it a modern necessity. He actually gave away the razors so that he could sell the blades. And the pie was huge, and everybody wanted a piece of it. Schick got in with their electric razor, and then Bic was the game changer. In 1974, they came out with the first disposable blade. And from there, the race to win the chin was on. We go from 1 to 2 to 3 to 4 to 5 blades, and all along, these companies are patenting their designs. So it aces out the competition, and it jacks up the price. If you want to get in the game, you've got to one-up the next guy. So look for the 6th blade coming soon. They also run up the price on you. There is a 4,000% markup on these products. What Gillette takes 10 cents to make, they sell it to you for $4. Unless you think I'm a hypocrite about all of this, I have tried to stop shaving. I tried. I honestly tried. And what this did was give me a front row at TSA for the pat-down because of facial profiling. There are two sides of this battle. There is the corporate side representing the red team, and there's us representing the green team. And I haven't even begun to talk about the gels, the moisturizers, the creams that come with this, because the first 3 blades remove the follicle, the next 2 remove the skin. What's the alternative? You know what? There is no alternative, because this is the alternative. So we're going to keep shaving, and quite frankly, it sucks. I will offer a little bit of relief. I would say if you're looking to stop the waste, stop the disposable landfill fill-ups that these excess packaging things have, you can get back to a double-edged straight razor. It's safe, it's quick, it's relatively clean, and I guess in essence I would just say there's no school like the old school.